after lunch today, but I'm here until then, so please come and talk to me quickly if you'd like to, in the gaps between. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks again. Thanks, Simon, again. Yeah, so after the talk, we will now move on to the slightly more boring things. We will give some practical information, talk about the hackathon, how it's going to run, present our sponsors, of course, as well. And then at the end of this presentation, participants will have the opportunity, if they want to work on a project this weekend, to kind of pitch it and tell us about it in a couple of seconds, and call for participation. So we'll do that just impromptu, using the mic without slides, because otherwise it's going to take a bit too long. Yeah.
You hear me? No? Yeah, cool. Okay. Oh yeah, I think I should have had something like this, but yeah. Cool. So, welcome everyone again to ZuriHac 2023. Yeah, there are many people who actually put in a lot of work and effort into this. So it's I've tried to remember to mention all of them. So there are 4 main organizers. But so I think let's have all the main organizers on the stage again, so we know who you are. BK is not here. Okay, Jeremy's at the back. Jasper's here. I'm here. Okay, that's good. So there are many other people. So Silvio, please stand up. Silvio, Andreas, Niklas, Lucas, Raphael, Adam, Alex, David, Felix, Eliana, Oliver, Benjamin, Timon. So all the people there. So just look around, see who's there. In case you need any help, they know what's happening here as well. And in case you didn't volunteer, it's too late now. And so yeah. So thank you very much, everyone. Of course, this is all made by people in their free time, and in case you would like to donate some of your time, there is a channel on the Discord and #volunteers. And if we need people, for example, to lift stuff and everything, we're just going to post something there, and it would be great if you could help us. Cool. ZuriHac is organized by 2 organizations. There's the Zurich Friends of Haskell and the OST. So we'd like to have a little description of these 2 organizations as well. So Jasper's going to be talking about this.
Right. So
know about the school where you are spending the coming 3 days. And maybe that's the campus. That's the campus right at the Zurich Lake. And we are the only university in Switzerland that have the campus right at a lake. There are many lakes, but and I don't know if there are many in the world that really have the chance to have the really direct access to a lake. And it's really appreciated by our students. They're really happy when they come to study here, and there is a very exciting student lives. As you can just as you can see, the campus there are 8 buildings.
Oh, sorry, very long.
No worries.
Sorry, there. Tell me.
There are 8 buildings, so it's a big campus. You are in one of these buildings here. This one near to the lake, and the main building is where was the registration desk. And the host university is not only Rapperswil. We have 3 locations, and it's called it's the University of the Eastern part of Switzerland. So that's why all the locations are in the eastern cities of the country. And you see campus Rapperswil. Then we have more a city campus that's in St. Gallen. That's another city at the east, in the eastern part of Switzerland. And then we have campus Books. That's more in the mountains. And so that's our 3 locations of the university. We are teaching, of course, computer science, but we are also teaching engineering, technology. We are teaching architecture, management, social work. We have a school of health science and engineering. So it's not only software developer that we are educating here. It's also in all those other areas. So you are here for the. I know your main focus is to the Haskell and designing programming language, but I just want to show you that the campus, that's just here. That's where you can sit and enjoy your lunch or go for a walk. It's a very enjoyable. Yes, that's again photos of also the city of Rapperswil. The city of Rapperswil is also nice. It's nice for a walk, full of history, and maybe yes, you can go. Next slide. Yes, I just wanted to show this because lots of you're coming from abroad, from all over the world, and I just wanted to show you that in Switzerland there are 4 languages. Maybe not all of you know that. So we are now in the German-speaking part of the country, and there is also a French part speaking of the country and an Italian part speaking of the country, and also a more traditional language that's Romanche. You can see that's in purple, and I think. Because of my accent, you can guess from which part of the country I'm coming from. Okay, and then I wanted to speak, just about some figures about the university itself. So 4,000 students, 1,000 lecturers and professors, and we have the 6 schools. We have seen architecture. All of the other departments of the university. And we have also research institutes. We are also strong in research projects. And talking about the School of Computer Science, we are teaching Haskell. So that's taught by Farad. And other programming languages, and our students are really their skills are very appreciated on the job market. I just wish you a good ZuriHac and a lot of pleasure sharing your passion for the Haskell programming language and the designing programming language. thank you and have a nice 3 days here on the campus in Rapperswil. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Laurent.
Yeah. Of course, doing ZuriHac wouldn't be possible without the support of OST, but also not without the support of our sponsors. So we're now giving them a quick opportunity to tell something about themselves, and I think many are hiring, so that could be interesting to the audience.
Thanks, Jasper. Hello, ZuriHac. Great to be back again, and great to see so many familiar faces. It always feels a bit like a reunion, doesn't it? But it's even better to see lots of new faces. So I'd love to meet some of you during these 3 days. I want to give a quick shout out to Dfinity. It's the organization I've been working for close to 5 years now. And so what is Dfinity? Well, we're based in Zurich and in San Francisco, in Silicon Valley. And we are contributing to something called the Internet Computer. And the Internet Computer is kind of like a cloud system. So think AWS or Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure. But unlike those centralized systems, this is a decentralized cloud system. So you can upload your software to it, and it can run like full-scale websites or web applications. We even actually have a multiverse running on top of the Internet Computer. But then, yeah, it runs decentralized, so you don't have to trust like a single party. You just need to trust the protocol, and that, of course, that we implemented the protocol correctly. So please check it out. Check our websites. We do have open positions. You can also check out internetcomputer.org to learn about the Internet Computer. So why are we sponsoring ZuriHac? Well, it used to be that the Internet Computer was implemented fully in Haskell, but since a few years ago we have re-implemented it in Rust, but there's still some Haskell left at Dfinity. And in fact, this weekend my colleague and I, so Michael, maybe you can please stand up, Michael. We are working on a Haskell library together. Maybe you can go to the next slide. It's called WasmTime HS. This is a binding to the WasmTime Wasm engine. And we are actually using this in the reference implementation of the Internet Computer, which we use to test the specification and also to test the mainnet implementation. And that thing is actually written in Haskell, but we needed a faster Wasm runtime. And that's why we started writing this binding about two weeks ago. We're about 70% done. We can use some help. So if you're interested in Wasm, please help us out. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Klaus.
Hello, everyone. My name is Arseni. I'm the founder and the CEO of ZuriHac. And it turned out that 2017 was the first ZuriHac, and I was attending it, and I remember my emotions being here with all people who are very passionate about Haskell. And it's very cool that we still are passionate about Haskell and the emotions are still here. But, you know, there is a problem these days, a lot of them, with the Haskell growing. Not to say that its market share is not growing that much, maybe even declining. And we in ZuriHac are very passionate about this language tool, our favorite thing to architect the programs. And we not only try to do all our projects with this language, but also try to increase how it's used in the world. And we understand that there are a lot of problems in enterprise field. And nowadays Haskell is a great language for personal projects, for open source projects, for your research and everything. But the problem with the business side of things is that usually when companies are trying to decide what kind of technologies they want to use, they not only think about like robustness, security, speed, and performance, where Haskell is great, honestly, but they also think about the cost of maintenance, the cost of substituting developers, substituting teams, increasing their code base and everything. And the problem with Haskell nowadays is that there are a lot of things how to write programs. There are a lot of things, what kind of libraries to use, what kind of techniques and what kind of abstractions to use. But there is this thing that sometimes when you change a person who is maintaining the project, who is leading the project, they usually want to use their own way of life of Haskell, their own perspective of things and the way how it's gonna be in production itself. And we were thinking that, okay, this is a problem, how to solve it? And the idea behind our solution is that we want to try to make this Haskell certification program for all the Haskell developers that's going to be adopted with the Haskell companies that use it. We're not trying to define all the primitives and things around the main specific things. We're trying to define things about the core parts of the development itself, of the paradigms of libraries, again, as I told before. And we try to partner with as much companies as possible. And even these days, we're trying to, we have conversations with Haskell Foundation to make this certification program the only one, because there is no sense that there are going to be several Haskell programs. But the idea behind it, it's going to be a non-commercial project where all the money is just going for the maintenance and things like this. But it's also opening commercial opportunities to others. You can make education videos, tutorials. You can also try to increase the influence of your libraries and the way how you write programs. So with this program this day, we took the responsibility to define what is like junior and middle level Haskell developer is, but we will not define what, for example, a senior Haskell developer or like, I don't know, hardware Haskell developer, if there is something like this. That's why we want to try to partner with the Haskell companies and try to make this kind of let's not call it foundation, but like a circle who will understand, first of all, from the enterprise point of view, what kind of things are useful and important for the real-world application of Haskell. So big companies will understand that, okay, I can use this language, and there will be an easy way for me to, change the team, change the people inside of it, not like when you go into the project and someone was using Freemanats and you want to use something else, and this is always a problem. This is always about the money. So with this Haskell certification program, we will try to fix one of the marketing side of things of Haskell and try to make it better. And this is the only first step we want to make, more to come about the Haskell face to the world, let's go this way. And I hope to talk to you during these 3 days about this, if you want to have an opportunity to participate in it in any kind of way. And yeah, just go there, register, try it out, and let's change the world.
Thanks.
So I can do this one. Valora Digital is a Swiss firm. They, among other things, have the K kiosk stores you may have seen, and they are using F# for their backend services. So that's maybe interesting if you live in Switzerland and you are looking for a functional programming job.
Hi everyone, I'm Adam. I'm one of the partners at WellTyped. We're a Haskell consultancy established in 2008 by two Haskellers for whom I think doing anything commercial in Haskell was quite radical in 2008. Since then we've grown to a team of about 20 people. We consult with companies from startups through to multinationals who are using Haskell and either need additional developers, need support with particular aspects of their applications like performance and optimization. We help with training companies who need to train their Haskell developers. And we're also very active in supporting GHC and the wider open source ecosystem. So we're particularly interested if your company might be interested in supporting GHC development, because one of the, I think, really important things we're doing is making sure that we can just keep putting out GHC releases and building up the compiler and supporting all the contributors who do so much to push the development forward. Sometimes you just need people paid to deal with the slightly more boring tasks of keeping the project going. So if that's something you could support, then please come and talk to me.
Thanks, Adam. Okay, cool. So let's go over some practical information. So first off, for whom is this the first ZuriHac? Wow, crazy. Wow, okay, I didn't think that. Okay, so I have to do this then. Okay, good. Cool. So I guess all of you are already on Wi-Fi, so I guess that's okay. There's things stuck all over the place in case you're not. Good. A little bit of orientation as to where you are and where things are in the campus. So we'll be here together for the next 3 days. Yeah. This is currently there are no lectures at this point, so the campus will be basically almost free of students. So it's basically for us. We are currently here, so that's the Rapperswil main train station. This is the campus, and the campus itself looks like this. So there are several buildings, as you can see here. We are currently in building number 4. Yeah. So 4 is where the aula is, which is where all the talks will take place. There is the beginners track, which is also important. I'll come to that later. And the other building, which is important for us, is building number 1. So building number 1, you just did your registration at the ground floor there. And on the first floor, there will be rooms where you can hack on your projects. Yeah? Good. A little bit of orientation on the campus. So the campus is here. If you walk a bit like that, you'll see the lake that's there. Who's at the Friday night lake party? Hands up. Okay, cool. Wow, nice. So I was there a little bit. It was a bit funny. So we were all standing in a circle, and then some guy comes up and he says, "You're in the Haskell conference." And we're like, "Yeah, but how did you find us?" He's like, "Well, you're the only ones wearing clothes." So I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but yeah. Don't make me look bad. Yeah. So So building number 4. So we're in building number 4. Yeah. So we're in the aula right now. This will be the place where all the big events happen. So the invited talks will be here. The advanced track will be here. The category theory track will be here. The lightning talks will be here. And the other things that'll happen in this building are the beginners track, which will be in 4112, which is just across that door there. And there are toilets at the ground floor. Okay, the second big building that we need to take care of is building 1. We'll be using the ground floor and the first floor of building 1. So there's registration, you already know. Then there is a general sort of area where you can just lounge around. That's sort of there. There are some coffee machines that we have put up here for you, feel free. And so that's like a mezzanine floor. So the first floor, and then the floor above that is the room where we have the projects. Good. Yeah, good. Cool. So now we're now on the second floor of building 1. Yeah, and we have reserved a number of rooms where you can work on your projects together. So the project will be pitched later on, and I'll show you a little interactive map of how you can find this out later as well. Maybe you're going to talk about that as well, how they find the rooms. Okay, cool. Okay. Good. Oh, yes, yeah. So this is something maybe it's nice to demo. So this year we have a 3D map of the campus made by Nick Vesnek. Cool. Yeah. Do you want to say something about this? Come on.
Yeah, just quick explanation. Yeah, you can visit the URL over there. We'll also show a QR code for scanning in just a moment. But the key part is that we've scanned the entire location in here, plus minus some rooms in the other building number 1, right? And you can just navigate around in it in a browser, so it's easy to find everything. You have the equivalent of Google Street View in your browser. And at the top, you can't see it in Safari, but the URL auto-updates. So if you are getting lost and you need help, or you want to show your friends where you're currently sitting, just walk to a certain location. If you click in the middle, it will bring you in panorama mode. Maybe we can just do it right here.
Yeah, do it.
And then you can just send the URL to anybody, and yeah, you will get like this kind of stuff. So you can say, I'm over here, for example. And I see the meat was successfully blurred. Can we go back to the presentation? Maybe I'll show this here. If you're searching for stuff, there's this magnifying glass over there. So what is this doing? So you can just like click anything, for example, I don't know, Lake this way, and it's gonna bring you to the corresponding location. And this way you can find the toilets or whatever. And the key part is that when you have a hackathon project, we want to add all of the hackathon projects to the 3D map, so they are very easy to find. And for this, you just ping us in the help desk channel on Discord, and then we will add your project to that, and also maybe provide a little description so that we can fill in what it is all about. Maybe back to the presentation. That's right. And the QR code is just on the next page, and this is how the scan was done. If you happen to have a location that needs to be scanned in the same way, don't hesitate to contact us.
Cool, thanks, Nick. Okay, so here's the schedule. What was my thing? Yeah. Okay, here's the schedule. So all these things that are on the schedule, this is the same one on the website, by the way. All the things on this schedule will be happening here, yeah, except the beginners track, which will be happening there. Good. Something I want to mention. So there are 2 talks which will be sort of hybrid. Yeah? So the talk by Colonel Elliott, unfortunately he can't be with us today, will be taking place here, but he will be somewhere else. Yeah? He'll be in the US on Pacific time, and so we'll meet here. This talk will also, it's something new that we're going to try out. It's going to be like a conversational talk. So yeah, whereas I don't know, looking forward to seeing how that turns out as you are. So yeah, please be, if you're interested, yeah, please come by. So that's why the couch is there as well. And tomorrow's talk by Gabriella will also take place with her remote. So yeah, so we're gonna try some stuff. As you can notice by this presentation, we're basically winging this whole ZuriHac. So it may not turn out great. It may be great. We don't know. Let's hope. Good. Okay, some tracks. So there's the beginners track, which was in 4112, which is across the state. Can I have a show of hands? How many people will be there at the beginners track? So we know. Oh, pretty much many experts then. Super. Okay, cool. So Lucas Buchli will be taking care of the beginners track there. So thank you very much, Lucas. Where are you? Can you stand up? Yeah. So Lucas is cool, thanks. So Lucas is a student at the OST. He was an intern in my group, and I'm really happy that he took this. It's really important to welcome beginners here. Thank you very much, Lucas. He's going to do his beginner track on the basis of Learn Your Haskell, which is a popular book. Good. Then there's the advanced track by Andreas, which will take place here. Thank you very much, Andreas. He's going to talk about lazy evaluation. And for the first time, it's the category theory track by Bartos. Bartos is also there. Thank you very much. Where are you? Oh, no, he's not there. Okay, cool. Okay, another first, we've been having requests for giving talks. So we thought, okay, what should we do? Traditionally, we only had invited talks. And this time we said, okay, let's try this out. So there are a number of lightning talks that will take place on Saturday and on Sunday. So that I'm looking forward to that too. Good, food. Okay, so there's some bad news. Traditionally, we've been having barbecues, and this year, because of the overall decline in the tech area right now, we've been having less sponsorship. More on that later, but we've had to cut back a little bit on stuff, and make things simpler for us as well. So what's going to happen? So we're going to have food trucks, which are already outside. Yeah, they will be here Saturday and Sunday for lunch and dinner. Yeah, they'll be there. Oh, the times I have to change them. So they'll be there from 11:30 to about 8, but they'll have a lunch break and all that. But yeah, we'll be on Discord regarding that. So try to pace yourselves out. There are only 2 food trucks there, right? And so try to pace yourselves out amongst during this time. Of course, we're not in the middle of a desert. There is Rapper's Wheel is there. There are many places to eat and buy stuff there as well. Remember, Sunday things are closed. This is Europe. And yeah, they will accept, I mean that in a good way, by the way. Yeah, sorry. So Sunday things are closed. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, Sunday things are closed. This means that if you want to get some groceries done, that's today. Yeah, if you want to get, I don't know, whatever else you need for tomorrow, you have to get it today. I think things. This is Rapperswil. This is a small town, so things should be open till about 6 or 4. If anyone knows. Yeah. I don't live here, so I don't know this. But yeah, we'll try to get your stuff today. Good. So that's food trucks. Yeah. Then on Monday, the Mensa will be open again. So the Mensa is downstairs, and that'll open again. It has a non-veg, veg option. Everything. Monday we're all set. Yeah, good. Then there's coffee that we provide in the building 1 from our sponsorship money. So that's good. Okay. Any questions till now? Yes. There will be no barbecue. I'm sorry. There will be no barbecue. That was a question for everyone online. Yeah, there will be no barbecue because, we just didn't have the money. And it was a lot of effort for us. Bike was limping at the end of the last ZuriHac, so it was we didn't want to do this to her again. So that's, sorry about that. My computer fell asleep.
One note about the coffee is please reuse the coffee cups as well. Try to keep it with you during the day and write your name on it, because we don't have that many cups.
Yeah, cool. Okay, yes, this is something. Last year we had a bit of a fiasco with the recycling and the garbage situation. Jasper and me were shouted at by the cleaning lady, and then we had to go in there and sort out the trash ourselves. It was fun, but we would rather have spent time in the tracks. So anyway, so this year we made it a point. So thank you, Rafael, for reminding me about this. We said we made it a point to just tell everyone about this. So in Switzerland, there are different places where you can throw your garbage, and it depends on what it is. And so here's a little German lesson in recycling. So it's going to make you really, ladies really like this. But yeah, so PET is PET. Yeah, that's like this plastic type of thing. Alu is aluminium, glass is glass, paper is paper, carton. This was the funny thing last time. Carton means cardboard, and if you see something that's called Abfall, this means everything else, all garbage at least. And so if you see a container with something on it, and it's one of these things, just throw whatever's there in there. So this is what they typically look like. This is like general purpose trash. This is alu. You see alu there, a little can there. That's PET, and so you crush it and you put it in there. So we have several of these containers there, and as we see what gets filled where, we are going to put signs on this and say that, oh, please just put this there and all that. Yeah. So that's how this is happening. Also, we need to fold and unfold the benches every day. So in the morning we have to unfold them, in the night we have to put them in. So in case someone comes around and says, hey, please help us clean up the benches and put them away, just help us. That's it. Cool. Any questions till now? No. Okay, let's do. Excuse me? Colors standardized. No, they're... Yes. So these ones are standardized. Something like this is always for aluminum, and something like this is always for PET. But if we have these big containers, we're just going to put a little sign there and just write it out. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think I covered everything, right? Anyone? Did I say something wrong? No. Okay. Yes.
Can you throw any trash in Abfall, or is it specifically things that aren't recycled? Is it partitioned?
Yeah. So the question was, can I throw everything in Abfall, or if something falls here, then can I not throw it? Well, think of this as the Haskell pattern matching, right? So. If you can, right? I don't expect you to run around and for an hour and try to search for where you put it. Yes, it was funny. Yesterday at the GHC workshop, which also happened there, thank you very much, David. So the GHC workshop happened here, and someone came up to me and said, what do I do with this? Because you were really particular about recycling last year, and it was the wrapper of a tea thing. Do not, I don't expect you to do every little thing. So you can, please, if it's convenient, you can use it, but not for like a big carton thing and put it in the Abfall. That would maybe bring us into this situation again, which we want to avoid. So, yeah, thank you for, Cool. I guess that's it. Okay, good. Yes, this is the second last slide. So till now, we've never really talked about things like finances, who's really contributing what into this and all that. But this year, we've had the first year in which our funds have sort of, we felt a little bit of a dent because of all the tech companies just not willing to sponsor us. So, so many of them, so not the ones that came here, obviously. Whereas we had years in which we've had more than 13 sponsors sometimes, and we had so much money, we didn't know what to do with it. Apparently, there can be too much money in an organization like us, so we had to stop that. But somehow this year, nothing really came much. So we thought that maybe we should just mention, and open this up a little bit. So the Zurich Friends of Haskell also, we've just figured it out yesterday, also can accept private donations. So see our website, ZFOH, for details. There's a bank account. It's important you to write it's a donation, otherwise for some reason it's not great. That's one thing. So an event like this typically costs about 40K to organize, so 40,000 Swiss francs. About 20,000 we get from sponsorship from Zurich Friends of Haskell, and the rest of the stuff for rooms and everything. So I've been able to do this from our budget at the OST for the Institute, and this is basically comes out of profits from our industry projects. So in case someone would like to do an industry project with us, with me, or anyone else, that would be really great as well. So in case you need more information on that, please contact me. That's my email address there. We would love to do things in functional programming in Haskell. We have a really great team, and yeah, good. Cool. Yeah, enjoy the rest of ZuriHac. Good, but stay here. Because now it's going to be the project pitches. But you can clap now, thanks. Yes. Let me give you the...
Yeah, so I think the food trucks will have set up by this time already. So if you're really hungry, you can go out and grab something. But other than that, now we have the chance to introduce the projects we're going to work on. So you can also do this on text over Discord if you want, if you don't really feel like coming up to the stage. But if you plan on working on something this weekend, feel free to come up now, and you can kind of like talk to us really quickly what it's about and call for people to help you out, writing Haskell, writing documentation, all those sort of things over the weekend. Do you want to start, David? You seem...
Double Davids. Should I do most of the talking, or would you like to? Okay. Hi, I'm David.
I'm also David.
I feel like we should start a comedy bit, but this is actually a project pitch. So if you go to errors.haskell.org, you will find a website that maps error codes emitted by various Haskell tooling, which today includes GHC, Stack, and GHCup, and hopefully by the end of the summer will also include Kbainstall, if we're lucky. And these error codes are mapped to documentation about what the error means, with examples about programs that have the error and programs in which it's been fixed, and all this sort of stuff. You know, we hear that error messages are tough in Haskell. This is one way to ameliorate that. Today, we're going to be sitting down and documenting a whole bunch of GHC error messages. Hopefully, we'll get to all of them if we get enough volunteers to come help out. This is an excellent project for new Haskellers. The only two technologies you need to be able to use to work on this are Markdown and Git. And the whole thing is done with a fancy static site generator, so you just write some Markdown, send a pull request, and then you appear on errors.haskell.org. Yeah. Do you have anything?
If you are on Discord, I already opened a channel for us, so join us on Error Message Index. And I think we can also give a little demo on how to contribute later on. So it's really simple. Just join us in the Discord channel.
We can even give you a lot of demos throughout the weekend. This is a great thing to drop in on and hack on for like 20 minutes and be done with it. Yeah, thanks.
Hello everyone, my name is Ekat, and during this hackathon I will be welcoming contributions to the Flora.pm website. It is a community website that aims to provide a better user interface for Hackage packages and other many nice features that we don't have today. So this is the opportunity for many of you to get acquainted with web development, both backend and also CSS, but also light NLP, natural language processing for tags extraction, for example, and also SQL for analytics. So yes, there are many cases of nice stuff that we can have. There are many features that we can implement today. The code base is relatively tidy, and it's actually the support for the Lightning tool that I will be giving today. So it's a code base that aims to both provide a service, but also from which one can learn. Usually I would also host a documentation hackathon, although this year I will encourage you to participate to the Errors Index project, because it's really great, it's really nice, and I love it. Thank you, David and David.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Tristan. I'm a member of a new team called the Security Response Team. It's a Haskell Foundation project, and we are trying to launch a security advisory database for Haskell package. So I would love to hear from you if you have like some content to contribute for known vulnerabilities and stuff like that. So, and we are looking for collaboration with Hackage and Gabal and any other tool that it will make sense. So feel free to have a talk.
Hi, my name is Andreas. If you care about build systems, and especially for large polyglot projects, then I'm here today, and also my colleague Victor, maybe if you want to stand up briefly, are here. Approach us. We're working on a project called Rules Haskell, which is a Bazel extension to build Haskell code. So if you're curious to learn how this works, how to get started with it, maybe want to try out to build your project with Bazel, then reach out to us. And yeah, I haven't done that yet, but I'll create a Discord channel. Probably I'll just call it Rules Haskell and write about it on Discord. Yeah, so see you around.
Hi, I'm Phil. I am going to be giving a lightning talk later today about extensible configurable pretty printers. If after seeing the talk that seems like something you want to work on, I would be happy to have people work on it with me.
Hi everyone, I'm Valentin. Who of you has heard of Nix? Who is using Nix? Feels quite natural. So I'm involved in documenting Nix and teaching regular people Nix and why it probably will help on with their lives and being a developer. And for that end, I'm trying to explain Nix in terms of Haskell. So I suppose, interesting question, who of you when started using Nix thought it was written in Haskell? Let's change that. Like it was like I was surprised that it's actually why is it C++? Let's change that. Let's show that Nix is actually really simple. It's literally lambda calculus on file system trees. And let's write that in Haskell in a way that can be read by Haskell beginners. So it's an educational project to kind of show off that all that stuff is really simple. And life can be made simple when we develop software.
Hi, I'm going to be working on over this weekend. I'm going to be working on Haskell Pledge, which is binding to the pledge system call on OpenBSD, which is a security mechanism, and you can define sort of restrictions on the behavior of your program. And if the program happens to violate it by accident or because it was hacked, then the kernel will kill your program. And so this Haskell binding, it's supposed to make it easy to write programs that don't accidentally violate these constraints. So if you're interested in that, if you have applications that might benefit from this, or if you want to tell me that this is a terrible idea, come find me, talk to me, or I'm happy to show the code or share ideas. This, in the long term, I hope that I can add and implement a translation layer for Linux, so this will also work on Linux at some point. In the meantime, I have a virtual machine image if you don't have an OpenBSD machine, so you can experiment with it if you're interested. That's it.
Hello, so my name is Ben, and I work on a project called GHC. Some of you might know of it, and thankfully there are lots of others like me who also work on GHC who are here this week, because in the past 3 days we had the GHC Contributors Workshop. So we have a lot of really skilled and friendly people here. If you are interested in contributing to GHC, or if you have, the bug that you just encountered yesterday that's been stalling your progress, or the feature that you want, maybe implement yourself, then come see one of us. If you have spoken in the Contributors Workshop, could you stand up for just a moment so people can get a sense of who you are? I hope we have... Oh, no. We have, there's Sylvain over there. We have Sebastian. Yes, there we have Vlad and Ryan. They're already standing. Apologies. Zubin is back there. He spoke. And we have a few others as well. So, yes, please come see us. And we're happy to answer any questions or help you.
Hi, my name is Ziyang. I'd like to invite people to fix some issues for HLint. So in the past few months, HLint hasn't been getting a lot of attention or maintenance. I haven't talked to Neil myself, but I guess he's been busy with something else. And so there's in the past few months, there has been a lot of new issues and bug reports that weren't fixed. And quite a few of them seem to be fairly easy to fix. And I think HLint is a project that's generally relatively easy to get started, because there are like 60 or so modules, and there's nothing too fancy going on there. So if you're not familiar with the code base, it shouldn't be a big problem. So yeah, if you're interested in making some quick improvements to a very widely used project, this is something you can consider. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hi, I'm Jan. So GHC has this system of documentation called nodes, where you hoist out big chunks of documentation away from the function where you want to write it and only reference it there with a short comment. What I've been hacking on during the GHC Contributors Workshop is a new plugin for HLS to automatically jump to the definition of the node from that reference. I have a prototype working. It's bad. I have no idea what I'm doing, but yeah, maybe we can improve the functionality of that.
Just an additional note, because there's some confusion. So if you want to do a project or you want to start a project and you want some spot in the rooms, the idea is that you just go there, find an empty spot, and once you've done that, you can send us the details on the help desk channel, and after that we will mark it as, for example, okay, in this room people are working on HLint, and we could also create like a channel for you on Discord. So I hope that makes things a bit clearer. And we can continue now.
Hi, my name is Vlad. I'm a GHC developer at ZuriHac, and I'm working on implementing dependent types in GHC. So I've selected the most mind-numbing tasks for this hackathon for myself, which saves me brain cycles to help you with your GHC tickets that you care about. So if you see me coding somewhere in the hallway, just feel free to interrupt, and I'll immediately switch to your GHC ticket, and I'll try to explain to you different parts of GHC and stuff like that. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michael, and this is Hannes, but perhaps you might know him better as Fender. We're going to be working on HLS, the Haskell language server, which many of you may use and hopefully love. So we'll be working on that. We've also curated a bunch of tickets on the HLS issue tracker with the ZuriHac label for things that we think are plausibly doable in a weekend. So if you feel like coming and doing some of that, then come and join us. Do you want anything?
Yeah, this project is, as always, open for beginners, for advanced, and also for expert users. So everyone who wants to just come in and try something, we are happy to help you and talk to you.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Joachim Breitner. Who of you listens to the Haskell Interlude podcast occasionally? Oh, that's great, because I get very little feedback. But if so many people are listening, that means we're doing it well. That's good to know. I'll be trying to make a little episode about ZuriHac, capturing the spirit, talking to people here. So if you see me walk around with a microphone, either run away or come to me, depending on what you want to be on the podcast or not. The other thing, there's a project called Bootstrapable Builds that is trying to make sure that all the software we use can be built from source, which sounds obvious, but it's hard with all these self-hosting compilers, where you usually build them based on some binary you got some firmware you don't trust. And there are people who've tried to build GHC from source, and it's kind of tricky. You have to go back 10 years ago. And the best bet is to build GHC 4.08 using hugs, and it hasn't been achieved yet. But I think we should achieve that just because it's nice to have this otherwise relatively irrelevant property of being able to build from source. So if there are people who are keen on hacking on 10-year-old build systems and either patching GHC or hugs to either like to work, then maybe reach out on Discord, and if we get critical mass, we can sit together and hack. That would be fun. This project is actually much stronger in the GUIX or GUIX or GIGs, or how do you? Geeks in the Geeks project. So one thing we can do is we can port whatever they did already to Nix so that all the Nix people here can actually contribute. Or I'll have to learn Geeks.
Hey, I'm Mark Scholten. I'm CEO and founder of Digital Induced. And we make the IHP web framework, and we plan to do some IHP hacking here. So if you are into web development with Haskell, maybe join our hacking session. We probably want to work a bit on our Nix Flakes and Defend integration, which is coming up for the next IHP version. And also, maybe if you have any questions or want maybe a demo or something of IHP, I'm happy to help. So maybe join us there. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Ryan Scott. So like Ben, Vlad, and several others here, I'm going to be working on GHC stuff. And in particular, I spend a lot of my time working on the deriving keyword in Haskell, which I hear a lot of people use and can do a lot of cool stuff. But like with many things, it's not complete. There are some bugs and limitations. And I've gone through the list of deriving related issues and try to categorize some that are friendly to people who are new to GHC development. Or if you feel really ambitious, you can also try tackling some of the more challenging bugs. So if that's of interest to you, please come see me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Reinaldo. Please, if you are interested in Haskell katas as a complementary way to learn Haskell mathematics and with no documentation, only reformatting and refactoring code, and please help me. And I am very happy if you are interested in this project. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Artin. I'm building a project on top of the GHC API. The project is supposed to let you substitute Haskell terms and debug your code using the AST. So if you're trying to learn what the GHC internals look like and how you can use the GHC API to develop your own programs, it would be great to hack on. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, I'm Alex. For 2.5 years, I was one of the compiler engineers on Clash, Haskell to hardware. So if anyone's interested in compiler dev or open source hardware or hardware development in general, I'll be doing various things over the weekend. And beginners welcome, experts welcome, anyone who wants to do this welcome, because yeah, it saves me doing it.
Hi, my name's Tom. I'm going to be working on integration of Haskell and Halide. And Halide is a kind of language that allows you to write really, really highly performing kernels on kind of CPUs and GPUs. So if you've heard about Accelerate, basically it's related but different. So if you're interested in numerical computing, GPUs, and Haskell at the same time, come talk to me and maybe we'll do something together. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Rodrigo. In this past year, I've written a library for equality saturation and equality graphs in Haskell. And this year, I'll be trying to use that in GHC for the pattern match checker during this weekend. But I'd really like it if there's anyone interested in this. So equality graphs are graphs that can represent congruence equality relationships between the nodes in the graph. And equality saturation is a technique that leverages these equality graphs to rewrite nodes into equivalent forms of those nodes, but there are more, well, I suppose, with some goal of optimization, and then it are able to extract the best representation of a node from that graph. And so I've got this library written, and I'd be interested if anyone has ideas for using it. I suppose one particular example of something that could benefit from, or for which equality saturation is the right hammer, is from Simon's talk, the equation solving, in which you want to match that y 3 z2, and then you want to match z equals y and 3 equals 2, and that would be an error. Well, you swap the pair. But anyway, if there's anything to do with equality that you'd like to try equality saturation on or your graphs on, then come talk to me. I'd be very interested in seeing how we can put my library to use on whatever you want to do with it. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm still Adam, although this time I've got my GHC steering committee hat on rather than my well-typed hat. So for those of you who don't know, the GHC steering committee is the body that makes decisions about new GHC features and language. In particular, if you want to extend the language that GHC supports, then you'll often be asked to write a GHC proposal, which is a document explaining your change, writing a specification for it. If you're interested in how that process works, if you want to write a GHC proposal, if you've written a GHC proposal and want to complain about how it was received, then please come and talk to me. I'm very happy to be consulted on helping people write proposals and generally make the process work better.
Hello, I'm Dan Firth, and for the last several months I've been working on Horizon. You can check out horizon-haskell.net. It is a stable package set solution for Haskell on Nix. The motivation is I really like stackage. I like one of my fondest memories was when stackage was released, made just Haskell really easy to get started in building. So Horizon does things a little bit differently in that it's Nix native and it's self-hosted. So you can produce package sets for any GHC version you like with whatever packages you want and just see if they build. So one of the things I'm working on at the minute is GHC 9.8 compatibility for the ecosystem. So if anyone wants to find out if they have got open source dependencies that they use, that they want to find out if it builds with 9.8, you can just come and find me, we'll add it and we'll find out. And if it doesn't, then we'll future-proof it for 9.8. So.
Hi, my name is Alexei. I work for IOG on the Cardano blockchain, and I have a personal project that I need to go over all the blocks on the blockchain and using Conduit framework. So this is what I'm going to be personally hacking on this hackathon. So if anybody is interested in this sort of stuff, please come talk to me, and I'll be happy to talk about it in general. I'm also a maintainer of a few packages like Massive, Vector, and Random. If any of you want to contribute to any of those packages, so also please come talk to me. I'll be happy to help. Yeah, thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Jaro. If you've ever written a parser in Haskell with libraries like parsec or related libraries, then you might have run into the issue that you have to rewrite your grammar in such a form that it avoids things like left recursion. Otherwise, your program will get stuck in an infinite loop. Well, I'm working on an approach to try to solve that issue, and well, my package is called gigaparsec, and it's still very experimental, so I can try to explain it to you, or you can try to help me with it. Yeah, I'd love to have more people work on it.
Hello, I'm Alexandre, or Anoé on Discord, and how many of you have ever heard about Gargantext? Gargantext. So I started the project about 6 years ago. It's 70k lines of codes, half backend Haskell, front-end PureScript. It's an uncentralized working space which you can make any connection with any service. You can make Visio, Notes, Calc. You know what is a search engine? So here you have a knowledge map engine targeting the children, and it's anonymous by design. That's why no one knows it. So it's working, in fact, and it started, and I need help. That's why I'm speaking here, and I'm very happy for your invitation. Thank you.
Okay, with that, I think we've had the quick project presentation, so I hope everyone can find something cool and interesting to work on. At this time, the food trucks should be open, so if you're hungry, that's a good time, but let's try to kind of like spread it out a little bit during the day so that we don't form massive queues